Hello friends, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In today's video, I want to share with you how to raise the baby chicks to 100% without mortality. Yeah, one of the biggest thing that is really disturbing broiler farmers and even other farmers who are doing Kuroilers, Sassos, layers, they are facing a big challenge in raising chicks. You find that people are raising chicks like 100 broilers, and you find a person has lost almost about 50 chicks. That is abnormally wrong. Yeah. So, but when you visit the farm and you find out, you do some findings, you will realize that people are doing business of broiler farming without knowledge, and that is very wrong. So in today's episode, just watch this video up to the end. The first thing which people are really failing to understand is the temperature levels. When you're brooding your chicks, okay, make sure that you have a thermometer if you're a beginner, yeah, because sometimes when you are putting the heat, there are things that you may not understand. For you may just cram that we put the heat, but again, that heat becomes abnormally too much or abnormally very low. Yeah, so in doing that, the chicks will start dying, suffocating because of too much heat. Yet, when you have a thermometer, you will just know if it is at 34 degrees, that's the perfect heat for a day-old chicks. So, for you to make profits or to prevent death in your flock, please make sure that you endeavor to buy a thermometer. There are so many thermometers which I can recommend, which are on the market. There are online apps. For us in Uganda here, you can go on Jumia and you buy a Lancer thermometer. It can work perfectly. It's what we use in our brooder. Yeah. Then the other thing is, when people are brooding their chicks, they have realized that mostly those who use charcoal, they end up using charcoal, which is wood, yeah, and then it produces too much smoke. That smoke that comes from those the charcoal, it's a bad gas called carbon monoxide. Now, if you are doing that, make sure that you are having charcoal which is free from woods. Yeah, there are those charcoals you find that they didn't burn it well, and it's just those woods which just bring smoke, and that smoke is dangerous. And then other people don't allow their houses to have even some aeration. They will close everything, and when they close everything, like the whole place, the gas accumulates inside, and now when it accumulates inside, the birds will just die. So that is some other mistake that people do, which is very bad. So when you're buying your charcoal for heating the room, make sure that you get very good charcoal which is not going to be having some wood inside the house. Yeah, those are things which are small, but they can cause for you a big loss. Yeah. In my recent video, I visited a certain friend of mine, and the friend was suffering big loss. Birds are dying, they have got respiratory issues. But when I visited, it was the issue of smoke. The smoke attacked and affected the lungs of the birds. And right now, there is nothing we can change. We've tried antibiotics, but it cannot change. So don't be a victim. Don't wait until things are worse before you correct. Some of you, you cry, you call us when things are worse, when we can't change anything. Yeah, so if you don't know, please consult an expert to guide you, and then you will have raise your chicks to 100% perfectly without serious mortality rate. Yeah, always the mortality rate is supposed to be around 2% of the flock that you have, the number you have. So a 2% of 100 chicks, that should be around 2 chicks at least. There you are okay. But if you go in 50%, then there is a big problem. Yeah. So those are things that are really killing broiler farmers and other farmers. You find a person is happily doing the things starting to do the thing, but it doesn't know even what to do. It is very dangerous. Consult and you seek for guidance. Then another major issue that is killing broiler farmers or chicks of people is for you to feed them on the wrong feeds. Yeah. So many times people go and want to cut costs. I've been talking about this thing, but it's not that I'm making content or what, but it's a serious thing. Okay. You go and give the feeds which are wrong to the birds, to the chicks, and the chicks are going to just die. For example, if you're having your day-old chicks, give them starter pellets. The birds are going to perform well. But for you, if you are going to just give them grower pellets when they are supposed to receive starter, then there is a big problem. Yeah. So give the birds the correct feeds, and when you give them the correct feeds, even you're going to be happy because the performance will be really good, and you will just be happy to raise happy chicks. But if you don't give them the good feeds at the right age interval, then you are going to suffer a big loss. Yeah. So those who are doing this, please stop, and you will actually be happy at your farm. Then the other one is about the ventilation. Your brooder house should be well aerated. Okay. The first 2 days, you're going to close as you open. Close as you open for some oxygen to enter. Okay. Doing that is going to help you prevent a lot of respiratory sickness. Cough always loves attacking when the place is congested and there is no any aeration. So the brooder house should have some aeration. Okay. So always have a well aerated house so that the birds may also have some oxygen. I've helped so many people to raise their birds to 100%, and they are really happy. But those are wise people who always consult, and they are doing things in a legit way. Yeah. But there are people who are stubborn. They don't want to consult. So you close the house, the old brooder, and you think you know what you're doing, but yet you are doing a wrong thing. So as a poultry farmer, I advise that when you're brooding, have a well aerated brooder house, okay, where carbon monoxide will also escape from your house. Yeah, from the room where you are brooding your birds. Yeah. So these are things which are disturbing people. And then of course, when you bring your chicks, okay, there is what they call brooder peppers. Some people don't even put brooder peppers. They put chicks directly, okay, on the wood shavings. But that is going to cause for you a big loss. Don't do that. Make sure that you are able to give them, to put for them brooder peppers so that the birds may enjoy. And then of course the other thing is about multivitamins. When do you give multivitamins to your birds? The birds are supposed to have multivitamins at all times when they are young, at all times. Mostly the first 1 week, at all times. Then after 1 week, you can now give them every after maybe 3 days, okay? You put for them the multivitamin. This multivitamin has some electrolytes which boosts the immunity of the chicks, and you find that your chicks are very happy. But if you don't do that, you are going to find chicks are dull, they are not happy, they are not enjoying, and then you start wondering why are they not happy. Okay, so make sure that you give them multivitamins, and always observe a sick bird. When you see a sick one, isolate it and give antibiotics as early as possible. Okay. Yeah. So if you follow all these things, you are going to be brooding your chicks to 100%, and nothing will fail your project. You will prosper and you will be a legit farmers. So thank you so much for watching this video. Tell me in the comment section what you want me to share about. I will actually do it. So I remain Henry here at Uganda Growers. Catch you very soon in another video. Lots of love. Bye-bye.